Hello everybody, thank you for watching Crazy Narcissist Ex-Girlfriend. My name is David. Today I want to talk about neuroanatomy. The reason is there's so much misunderstanding in this community. It really shows by people's videos, by people's comments. It's just obvious that people aren't understanding this. So I'm going to try and help with the actual physical part, the physiological part of this. Try to explain it a little bit and show you guys something that you may not be aware of. And I hope this helps a lot of people. Like many things, religion can't explain this, but science can. So anyone that talks about narcissists being demons and possessed and these dark angels that people are talking about, it's clearly they just clearly don't understand. Paul MacLean came up with an idea called the triune brain. And basically, we do have three parts of our brain. Now, the first part of your brain, trying to just use my hands as examples. The first part of your brain is called the brainstem. And your all it is made up of is the brain and spinal cord. And in a brainstem, it's pretty much all one thing. Now, this is what reptiles have. That's why it's called the reptilian brain. It's also called the primitive brain. Reptiles have this, and you can even see a similar sort of this in all the way down to jellyfish. Okay? Dogs have it, cats have it. It's all the same, brainstem. It all looks the same and also has the same functions. Okay, so this is your forebrain. As we evolved into mammals, our brain didn't change. It added more to it. So as we became mammals, there's a new brain, new part of the brain that covered the brainstem. And that is called the old mammalian brain, or the midbrain, or the limbic system. Now, this part of your brain is what separates us from the mammals from reptiles. Okay? Now, humans took it a step further, and we kept evolving, right? And we formed another brain over this part of the brain. And that is what humans have. That is called the neocortex, the new mammalian brain, the smart brain. This is what houses empathy and remorse. This is also your high-order conscious activity. It has language, abstract thought, imagination, and creativity. So, as we evolved from the back to the front. Our brainstem, our limbic system, the mammalian brain, and then our new mammalian brain, the forebrain, the cerebral cortex, the two halves that cover the top, the mushy, wavy part that you see in the brain. That's our neocortex. That's what separates us from the rest of the mammals. But like I said, the brainstem is so similar. I mean, it's the same in all other animals, and it has the same functioning. So don't forget that. Very important. Now, behavior is an expression of the problem with the brain, not the soul. Psychiatrists, this is something important. Psychiatrists are the only doctors that do not look at the specific part of the body that they are treating. Psychiatrists are treating your brain, right? But they don't look at your brain, they look at your behavior. And that's a very big problem with that. There's been people found with brain tumors that display same behavior patterns as something else. And the doctors never even look to see if they have a brain tumor. Instead, they give them drugs to treat something else. Doesn't work. There are children who display similar activity, similar behaviors as students who shot up other students in school. Okay, these big school shootings. There's other children that showed the same behaviors. They were drawing bad, dark pictures of death and killing people and stuff like that, and then they find out that they have a tumor. Instead of just giving them drugs and sending them off to school to go shoot and kill people. So we need to look at the brain. This is so important. You can find so much from a brain scan. I'm going to show at the end of this video, I'll show a couple brain scans of psychopaths. And as what happens is as we develop ourselves, as we're born, our brains develop the same way from the back to the front. The reptilian brain stem, the mammalian brain, and then the neo-mammalian brain. That is how we develop as we're children. Now, the difference between narcissists is what happens is the last thing to develop is their forebrain, which houses empathy and remorse. Anytime there's any kind of damage or a lesion or trauma to your brain, it will cause problems in the area of the brain that is affected. So, if you have a problem back here with something that with the part of the brain that controls motor skills, and you have a problem with that, then you're going to have a problem with your motor skills. The trauma that is induced on a narcissist, the punishment and the torture and the abuse and all that affects their brain as it's developing, this part, the forebrain. And as what happens is they do not develop empathy. They do not develop empathy or remorse. Now, that causes major fucking problems in life. There's no connection, and they don't have a problem hurting people to get what they want and need. It's not that they don't have a problem, actually. They can't understand it. They do not have the capability of putting themselves into your shoes and seeing what they do to you. If you guys think back, or just now, the reason most of your decisions are so hard to make is because it hurts. Some of these choices you come up with, you realize you look and you see how it hurts other people, and that's why we don't make these choices. We aren't going to make choices that hurt other people. It makes decision making harder. It makes you have less choices, right? If you didn't care about people and how you make them feel, you would have more choices. And you would do fucked up, crazy shit that people would think is demonic. But what you're doing is these people are thinking out of their reptilian brain. Now, trauma that we get, PTSD, our thoughts, everything that we do and feel and see and think first go through our cerebral cortex, our last developed brain, our neocortex. Everything goes through, every thought goes through that and then goes through the second mammalian brain and then to the brain stem. Okay? But when you have PTSD, it flips it around and it's backwards. So your thoughts go to your brainstem first, the reptilian brain. The reptilian brain that is basically always in ready mode all the time. Like reptiles, snakes and shit, they don't think. Okay? They're going around just in ready mode. Just reacting, just trying. The most important thing to them is their fear. That's it. That's the most important. And then you have survival or food and stuff. But the most important thing is fear. Going around, where's the fear? What am I afraid of? You know what I mean? That's how they're thinking. And with us, when we have PTSD, people that have it, that's how we are reacting as well. We are thinking, a lot of our thoughts are going through our brainstem first. And that's why you guys feel like narcissists. So the best thing to do, now, the brain repairs itself for most things. Most things. PTSD, your brain repairs itself. You just have to give it time and take care of it. PTSD is caused from stress. So you lower your stress. Find a safe place, safe environment, and you get all toxic people out of it. That's why no contact is so fucking important. You cannot get better and heal if you're fucking around with the person that caused this. Doesn't that make sense? Get the fuck away from them. How do you stop thinking about them? Stop looking. Stop looking on Facebook. Stop talking to them. I have people that ask me, why do I still think about them? And I ask them, when's the last time you talked to them? They'd be like, 5 days ago. I wonder why you can't stop thinking about them. Okay? Your thoughts can be controlled. I'll get into this more some other time. But when you have a neuron, a brain cell, and you have all these bad thoughts going into it, you know, like, fuck this, I'm scared of that, she's a piece of shit, I hate that, I'll never do that again. It's full, okay? If you want to start thinking better and have better thoughts and get rid of these old memories, then you make that thought the loudest fucking thought in your head. And as what that happens is it goes to your neuron, right? And the stronger you keep thinking about it, it needs this type of glue to reinforce that attachment. And as what it does, your neuron takes the glue that is holding all these other bad thoughts, it's taking that glue and putting it to this one thought that you're putting all your power and all your energy into. And as it steals the glue that bonds this together, these other bad thoughts fall off and go away. These old traumatic thoughts go away, and you're left with this one strong one that you made strong. That's how it happens, okay? Your brain repairs itself, and it takes time, but you have to be healthy. Drugs and alcohol cause damage to your brain. So you tell me how healing damage to your brain can be done by drugs that cause damage to your brain and alcohol. It doesn't. It causes more damage. Stress causes more damage. Drugs cause more damage. You might as well go pound your fucking head on the cement. So, I hope that helps, guys. I hope that helps understand a little bit, because it's what happens when you bring religion, and I'm not hating on religion, when you bring religion into something because you can't explain it, because you can't understand it, and you decide to go right to religion, is what happens is all thinking stops. Conversation is over. Religion does not have an explanation for this. Science does. So let's go forward, not backwards. And let's try to understand this and not label it some fucking crap that makes you totally not understand it and be afraid of it. Okay? I hope this helps. I hope this helps everybody understand a little more. Any questions you have, like I always say, please go down in the comment section and ask me. I'll answer everyone's questions, okay? Thank you very much. If you like this video, please give it a like, a thumbs up. Please share it with somebody else. And if you want to see more, please subscribe. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Love yourself first. Bye-bye.